Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Heart of Philly. Today, we were at the Pure Praise Cafe in Camden, New Jersey, with Christian singer-songwriter Mr. Perry Jenkins. Hi, Perry. How are you doing today?
It's great. It's great to be here.
I want to know more about what you do, your group, where it all began. So take us back down that long road, where you first started with your music, with writing and singing.
Okay, I created a company called Most High Music Productions. I started out, I was going to be a solo artist in 2000. I wrote some songs, but then my brothers asked could they be a part of it, so then I incorporated them and we formed the group Perry Jenkins and the Lord's Mercenaries, which in 2001 we released our first CD of some tunes that I wrote. The first CD was called Keep Strong Faith, and in 2004 we released our second CD. It was called It Ain't Over Till God Say It's Over. And we released a third CD in 2006 called Just Because You're You, and we're about to release our fourth CD, hopefully by the end of this year.
And what will that be called?
That'll be called Let Jesus Into Your Life.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
So what inspired you? How did you start writing? What inspires you the most?
Well, I've been entertaining ever since I was like 9, performing a lot of different places. R&B, we had a few records out with an independent label out of Philadelphia called Pop Art Records. In 1980, we released 3 singles and an album. But after that, I got introduced to the group called Commission with Fred Hammond, and I seen the kind of music that they were doing, and it basically had an R&B base to it, but it was real inspirational with good messages and stuff, and I thought, hey, I can do that. And I wanted to get saved anyway, so that was in '99.
So you've performed mostly in the Philadelphia, New Jersey area?
Yes,
Is that correct?
yes. We performed outside the area, but mostly within the Delaware Valley around, we shot quite a few videos. My group consists of my 2 brothers, Donald Jenkins, Kurt Jenkins, and my cousin Harold George, which we were singing together just about all of our lives,
Now, would you consider that gospel music?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay.
It's always sings gospel and all originals.
Now, tell me one of your maybe favorite memories of performing.
One of our favorite memories, we performed for Hezekiah Walker up at his church up in New York. I had a restaurant, seafood restaurant, and he used to come down all the time, and he liked to do our food, and I fixed the area where you have singing and stuff in there on Sundays, and me and my brothers and them was singing in there one Sunday while he was there, and he invited us up to his church. They was having like a Men in Black program, and he invited us up there to sing, and it was great. We went up there, he had the whole building rocking.
So now with starting, I guess, incorporating the food and music and everything together, is that what brought you to the Pure Praise Cafe? What brought you here?
Yes, me and my wife joined this church, and we was looking for different ways to create fundraisers for the church, So I told my pastor, Pastor Stiles, this is a cafe, a gospel cafe. There's a lot of cafes around, but this is probably one of the few that's actually inside the church. So I told him what I had in mind, what could be a nice fundraiser for the church, and he gave me the green light to let me put this place together, build the stages and lights and stuff, and we do it once a month. Bring different artists in all of from Delaware, Philly, New York, comedians, spoken word, different musicians and stuff, and it's working out pretty well. Right now we're doing it the last Friday of every month, and it be packed in here.
And how do people find out? Where can they look on your website to find out?
Yes,
about the schedule?
on the church website, also on Facebook, social networks, and we do a little promoting ourselves by putting flyers out in a lot of different churches.
Your video for Survivor, tell me about that. What inspired you with Survivor?
Survivor is the title track of a solo CD that I was going to release in 2011. It got put on the back burner, and I haven't released it yet, but it's basically a new song. I was going to do a solo CD, excuse me. But every time I got around to trying to finish that work, something came up or a new artist came, in my view, and I put that down and started moving around because I have like 4 or 5 different artists on my production label. It's my group, Perry Jenkins and Lord's Mercenaries, the Heaven Bound Gospel Singers, Roger Roberts is a solo artist, Ryan James is a solo artist, and Camille Forrest is a female vocalist. And all of them is pretty good artists.
Well, I know, I was listening to that song, Survivor, and the video, and it's just such a strong message in it. And I know, because I've looked at your other videos and music I've listened to, and each song has a really strong message. And I was really moved by Survivor, and just the whole video, it just walks you through a path, takes you through this course and this path that I think a lot of people, at some point in their lives, they go through. And to know that you could come out strong on the other end, no matter what you're dealing with, you can still make it through.
Exactly.
And this song just really can help move people and shine a little light, where you feel that there isn't any light and that it's hopeless, but it never is it?
No, never. It ain't over till God says it's over.
And we have a special surprise for you right here on Heart of Philly, Perry's video, Survivor. So I just feel that that song really moved me, and I think a lot of people, they can relate to that. They can relate to surviving and making it through a dark time in your life, but always knowing that God's always there for you, and you can make it. You will survive. You just have to trust and know that and believe it. And I think with your music and your songs, that's the feeling that I get when I listen to them. It's just so powerful.
Well, when I write, I try to make the message in the music the strongest thing in there. You know, sometimes you hear songs, the music be overpowering the message, but that's a line I don't like to cross. You know, regardless how hype the music is, I want the message to be out front.
The hype of it.
Exactly, right.
And if you're getting lost, you're missing the message.
You're missing the message.
And this is all about hearing that message and hearing it really strong so that you can have guidance in your life.
Right.
And I think that's why, well, tell me what you think about this, what your opinion is. I think that's why people are turning more to Christian music, gospel music now, because there is a need out there, a great need. And this is a way that people can kind of find themselves, can become stronger and have a little guidance. It's through music. People love music.
Right.
And when that message is really strong, it just helps get you through those times.
Yes. Yes. I believe that because when I first started doing gospel music, I heard this group Commission. That was back in the 90s, you know, and me coming from R&B, I'd like the music was strong. It was good, you know, so I was more drawn to the music. But as I listened to the music, the more I listened to the music, it made me start listening to the words that they was actually saying. And believe it or not, that's what drew me to the church. They was ministering to me through them songs. And I still had that CD today. So my friend just gave it to me. So you might like these guys, because they know I was doing a lot of R&B stuff, singing in clubs, nightclubs, and all that stuff. But the message actually ministered to me and turned my life around. And that's when I got saved.
Well, don't you think, I mean, there's a lot of great music out there.
Yes.
But some of the messages out there aren't really that good. And especially, I think, for like a lot of kids and what they're listening to, they're growing up in a world today where the messages are not good.
Right.
And we really want them to be able to have a more positive message.
Exactly.
And I think with Christian music, that's what you're getting. I know myself that once I start listening to Christian music, I don't want to listen to anything else. When I get in the car, I'm turning it right on Christian music, and that's it. It stays there.
Right.
And I've always loved all kinds of music my whole life, but I'm really drawn to it now. And when you're hearing that positive message and you're hearing God's word in it, you don't want anything else. You're kind of drawn to that, and that's really good. So what is your feeling on that, on like with what the kids are listening to today and what is out there?
Right. Well, some of the negative stuff, you know, that people is putting in, just say some of the rappers and stuff is putting out a lot of, you know, hate and shooting and a lot of negative stuff, you know, just like the gospel music, that feeds into the youth. And, you know, they run around and they feed off of that. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them feed off of that. So, you know, as far as what my kids was doing, you know, I try to keep that out of my house, you know. But fortunately, all my kids are grown now, so there's no rap in my house at all. If it is, it's in theirs house.
Do your kids sing too?
Just a couple of them, yeah. I have a daughter that sings, but no, my brothers and sisters all sing. But as far as my kids, no, you know, leave it to their mom. They say, oh yeah, they sing. Well, they don't sing.
Maybe you can get together, the whole family. Well, I guess in church, right?
Yeah. Well, my brothers, you know, we've been singing together all our life, ever since we was like 10, 11, and 12. We just had a group going on like that, you know, playing. It was a self-contained unit called the Relations. I played guitar. My oldest brother played bass, and my youngest brother, Kurt, played drums. And then we was fortunate enough to go down to Tennessee and record on Stacked Records and stuff back in the 70s. And through all that, you know, we never got the big deal that we was looking for. And I always knew the industry was mostly geared up to youth. So after I got around 35, I really stopped trying to even look for a deal and stuff like that. So, and once I seen what was happening over in the gospel, and I said, oh, I could do that. I've been writing ever since, and I write for a lot of other groups. And most of my songs come from sermons, listen to pastors. You know, I could be sitting right in church and the pastor's sermon, or shoot a song right out. I mean, I start writing right there.
You're writing in church,
yeah.
Getting all those ideas down.
Yeah, yep.
Right?
That's how it is.
So this next album that's coming out, what was the name of that again?
It's called Let Jesus Into Your Life. Yeah, hopefully it's long overdue. It's supposed to have been out last year, but like I said, different artists come in and I lay that down and start dealing with somebody else. But you know, and a lot of our fans they're harping on me when the music coming, you know. So hopefully it'll be out before, you know, the end of the year.
Well, now I know that we're going to have you back here on Heart of Philly, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We want to hear this album now. And I know all the fans out there watching, too, are going to want to know when you're back, okay? So we'll get you back on the show. We want to see that album. We want to hear more music. And I know you have a little surprise for me, don't you? Little jingle, maybe?
There are not many things in life you can be sure of, no, except that Heart of Philly's here every week through the year, and Karen's right here with you.
Well, thank you so much, Perry. I really enjoyed having you on the show. I know, as I said, we're going to have you back many, many, many times because there's a lot to do. And I think I've been really feeling it more and more that Christian music and doing all this is a positive message, and I think that's what the show's all about, putting a positive message out there. So there's a lot of negativity in the world. This is all about being positive and going in the right direction. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Who's